details are emerging about the scale of Iran's crackdown following recent nationwide protests. According to an exclusive report by Iran International, plainclothes security forces and members of Iran's Revolutionary Guards have carried out raids on the homes of families whose relatives were killed during the unrest in eastern Tehran. Sources familiar with the operations say the raids were carried out in an intimidating manner, with security forces firing shots, hurling insults, and ransacking homes. Families were allegedly ordered to collect the bodies of those killed during pre-dawn hours and to bury them quickly and privately. Sources say families were warned that failure to comply could result in collective burials by the authorities. The same sources say families were also told they would be charged fees related to the use of live ammunition, adding financial pressure to the intimidation. At the same time, Iranian authorities are expanding their response beyond individual protesters. On Wednesday, officials published a list of cafes and shopping malls they accused of supporting the protests, sharing screenshots of what they described as pro-protest activity on social media. The list was released for the attention of judicial and security bodies, signaling possible legal or financial action against the businesses. Iran's prosecutor general has ordered law enforcement agencies to identify and seize the assets of those involved in the unrest. He said individuals and companies that suffered financial losses should submit evidence, allowing authorities to take what he called a deterrent response against protesters and their supporters. Iran's justice minister has also taken a hard line. Justice Minister Amir Hossein Rahimi said anyone arrested after a protest call by exiled Prince Reza Pahlavi on January 8th should be considered a criminal. His statement makes no distinction between protesters and bystanders, raising concerns among rights groups about collective punishment.
We can now offer our help on two specific issues. One is truly in line with these rioters and accelerating the handling of cases and another is in relation to now fighting economic corruption. That's your and my job. We can help give people some hope. Another is the government's task, and they're not right now. For some time, we've all been saying, helping and trying to get the government to finally, if it can, bring some order to the economic situation, currency control and market control.
A situation where truly people are beheaded, burned and set on fire.
Well, if we want to get something done, we must do it quickly first. Let's do it on time. If, forgive me, the work gets delayed, we might even do this very task we're doing today 2 months from now, but it won't have the same impact. If we were able to complete a task today and we do it 2 or 3 months later, it simply won't have that effect.
Together, the measures point to a widening crackdown, one that extends from the streets into homes, businesses, and families, as Iranian authorities move to suppress dissent and deter further protests.
To all Iranian patriots, keep protesting, take over your institutions if possible, and save the name of the killers and the abusers that are abusing you. You're being very badly abused. If the numbers are right now, I hear 5 different sets of numbers. I hear numbers, look, 1 death is too much. But I hear much lower numbers, and then I hear much higher numbers. But I say save their names because they'll pay a very big price. And I've canceled all meetings with the Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. And all I say to them is help is on its way. You saw that I put tariffs on anybody doing business with Iran. Just went into effect today. And I say make Iran great again. You know, it was a great country until these monsters came in and took it over.
Iran's information blackout is cracking from space. As deadly protests rage on the ground, Elon Musk's SpaceX is now offering free Starlink satellite internet to users inside Iran, bypassing a days-long nationwide shutdown. This as Khamenei regime crack down on Iranians, conducts door-to-door raids, and seizes thousands of Starlink devices. Iranian intelligence says it has confiscated a major shipment of illegal Starlink terminals and advanced electronics, accusing protesters of espionage and sabotage. The seized equipment was reportedly smuggled from a neighboring country and was headed toward provinces near military and missile facilities. Since last year's 12-day war with Israel and the United States, possession of Starlink terminals has been treated as evidence of espionage in Iran. Despite the ban, thousands of devices are already inside the country. Experts estimate more than 50,000 Starlink units have been smuggled across Iran's borders. Human rights groups say Iranian forces are now jamming Starlink signals and hunting down users. State television aired footage Tuesday showing what appeared to be seized Starlink receivers, describing them as tools for espionage and sabotage. NetBlocks reports Iran's nationwide internet shutdown has lasted 5 days, cutting millions off from online communication. Unrest has sharply escalated over the past week, with hundreds of thousands demanding the downfall of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Activist groups warn thousands may have been killed in more than 2 weeks of violent clashes. Starlink's role highlights how satellite internet has become a geopolitical weapon and soft power tool, not just for Elon Musk, but also for Washington. US President Donald Trump has urged Iranians to continue protesting and previously called on Starlink to help restore communications. However, Musk has done this before. Starlink has provided internet access to Ukraine during Russia's invasion, and earlier this year offered free service in Venezuela after US actions against President Nicolas Maduro. As Iran tightens its grip on the streets, the battle for control is now also being fought in orbit.